I'm your host, Tiara Drake, and this is the Hustle mini-series where we focus on young adults with established careers and businesses that are on their journey to the top. All right, guys, so welcome back to another episode of the Hustle mini-series. I am your host, Tiara Drake, and so this is going to be part 2 to the two-part series. And so I have Troy Sawyer here, as well as DayJón Bacon. They are the other members of the M.E.C.C.A. And so just kind of explain a little bit briefly in your words, one, what does the M.E.C.C.A. stand for, and what do you guys do specifically?
So the M.E.C.C.A. stands for the most exceptional creative content around. I, Troy, am the photographer that leads the M.E.C.C.A. This is DayJón, or Bacon, like the food. He's the videographer. We have Kyla on styling and creative direction, and then M.E.C.C.A. on makeup. Me, M.E.C.C.A. and Kyla all met at Valdosta State University, where we kind of worked a little bit together, but once everybody moved back up to Atlanta, we hit the ground running. We was hitting off on all the cylinders, going crazy, at least trying. We're not there yet.
Except video.
Oh yeah, we didn't have video just yet. So I met Bacon, I think maybe last September, so September 2021. And really it was an accident on how we met. We were shooting a wedding together, and he was just anyway. But one day he asked to come shoot BTS for me, and I was still kind of like, I don't really know this guy, but okay. So he came and shot a brand shoot with me, and he showed me the video, and I was like, ooh, hold on, he's kind of like that. So when I came up with, I want to do this Roy G. Biv series, I was like, I want to add video to it. So that's where Bacon came in, and he did an exceptional job. But I didn't explain what Roy G. Biv was, so Bacon, do you want to do that?
So Roy G. Biv is a high fashion color series at its core. That's like the base level of what I could say it is. If you ever went to school, which I'm sure most people watching the podcast have, you learned Roy G. Biv when you're learning the rainbow, which is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. And what we wanted our color series to emulate was that rainbow. So we wanted to show 7 colors. So what we did was we took 7 styles by Kyla, 7 makeup looks by M.E.C.C.A, 7 galleries of photos by Troy, and 7 minute-long videos to represent each color by me. And we gave each girl a color. Troy helped a lot, or probably did it by himself, choosing all the models. And then, well, maybe him and Kyla, creative director. But they kind of bounced around on that. They chose the models, and me and M.E.C.C.A just kind of showed up and made it happen. But the idea behind the entire thing was to show, one, that we as a collective can create something amazing with our skills alone, and be able to come together to make that something that people will be able to enjoy. I'm not sure if anybody has said it. I don't know if they said it on part 1 or if Troy planned on saying it later, but we are for hire. The M.E.C.C.A is, it's a group of us. It's 4 of us. Again, I'll say stylist, makeup artist, photographer, and videographer.
The full package.
Full package. We're here and we're ready to work with you guys, so hit us up.
Hey you guys, my name is Tiara Drake, and I'm the founder of Girls on Another Level. In a nutshell, Girls on Another Level aims to progressively empower women who are catalysts for success. As I celebrate my 3rd year, I want to expand my brand beyond just a podcast. If you consider yourself a girl on another level, for a limited time, we are selling shirts in an assortment of colors. We also do have a lot of requests coming in about how to start a podcast, what music to use, where do I go to find equipment. And so with the knowledge and experience I have, I'm now offering podcast courses to assist you along your journey as a podcaster. But we're not done. Backed by popular demand, our gold hats are back in stock. And the highly anticipated season 6 of my podcast is here. The goal is to elevate and inspire the minds of women while they navigate their journey to a beneficial future. With the voice God gave me, I am committed to helping others become a girl on. So, So these gentlemen here are in the creative business. They're creatives. Photographer, videographer, you name it, creative director, y'all do it all.
Yeah.
And so they are a part of the production and post-production when it comes to the M.E.C.C.A, which is a 4-member group. And so we're gonna get started on your journey a little bit here. So starting with Troy. Troy here, he is a photographer. He's been in the game for about 3-4 years now. And so really your story is very interesting because you started off at Valdosta State just like me. That's where we met. Go Blazers. But you know, when you went into college, were you coming in with the idea that I'm going to pursue something in media?
When I got to college, I had no idea what I was gonna do. I went in as a undecided major, and then I think I chose mass media my second semester.
Okay.
And even then, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Okay. So college is definitely that time for you to explore things.
Oh yeah.
So what were you kind of geared towards before getting into media? What were you kind of like, maybe I could do this? What was it?
I think I went into mass media just because my mom was like, oh, you like sports, so maybe you should try like sports broadcast. And then once I started doing like the broadcast stuff in the department, I was like, oh, this is cool, but I don't know if it's like what I want to do for real.
Okay.
And then they're like, oh, well, you should try YouTube maybe, you know, because you're a little bit of a funny guy. You do a little something. And so then for Christmas one year, I got a camera just to do YouTube. And I have 0 YouTube videos up right now, but they're loading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, no YouTube for you right now, but it's coming in the works. But DayJón, we've talked a little bit before in your journey into media.
It's a bit of a different one.
It's a different one. You know, I think when we talked, you say you started around like 2012, kind of getting into things. So tell me a little bit about how you got into videography, photography, and all that.
So I do have YouTube videos up, a lot of them. I have stuff on my personal channel as well as on a couple's channel with my wife. But I started YouTube originally back in 2012 trying to pursue music. And I kind of gained some of my video and photography skills from that, making thumbnails, recording YouTube videos. You kind of learn a little bit more about cameras. And I think once I got to high school, because 2012 I was not, it's not a high schooler yet. But once I got to high school, I kind of got immersed into the arts a little bit more. So I was performing as a vocal performance major at my high school. I also had a minor in art. I had a minor in dance and theater as well. So whenever I got into that art class and I kind of learned more about photography, I started to pick up the camera more. But I don't think I got too serious about photography until about 2018 when I moved to Athens. And that's when I made my first money from taking photos of people. But that was photography. And then about a year ago, I was looking for a team to hire to film and take the photos for my wedding. And that's when I reached out to that team and I also asked like, hey, I can't break into this wedding field because people want you to have experience and I don't have any. They took a chance on me, but they asked me if I would be able to do video as opposed to photo. And I've been doing it since then.
Okay. So pretty much for you, you have explored every type of art there is creative. And so when it comes to people that may have multiple talents, how do you like hone in and realize, you know, what's your purpose? What was your aha moment? Like, okay, photography, yes, starting off, but then changing to videography. What was that aha moment for you?
I think a large part of that, a large part of figuring out what your aha moment is figuring out what's working the best. So like I dabbled in music, but I dabbled in music for years. Like I dropped my first EP in 2016. By 2019, I made $20 off of it. And I was like, okay, this ain't it. Photography, my first shoot, I made $75. I was like, okay, we're going money, man. And also, I thought photography was it for a while. But once I got into weddings, I actually shot weddings for 6 months for free, just to learn, right? Just to get into it and understand. But once I got good at it, and I began editing, I began shooting, and that money helped me quit my job this year. I think that was my aha moment. Like, this is something that I'm good enough at to be able to pay my bills with, you know. So I think a large part of, like, when you're creative and you have all these things that you want to do, like, people tell me to niche down, I need to focus on this, but I want to do everything. I think at the end of the day, you got to figure out what works the best, not only for you to let out your creative juices, but for you to be able to also pay your bills. Because paying bills is important. And I think that's just kind of it for me. I think that was my aha moment, just figuring out what worked the best for me, what helped my financial goals flourish, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. So now you, Troy, coming from Valdosta and moving back to Atlanta, what was that transition like for you? You know, did you come into it with a full-time job, or you was just like, I'm going to take photography serious and do this full-time?
I have not had a full-time job since 2020 because I got let go of the bookstore at my at Valdosta State. Tragic, nasty business. And then COVID happened, so I was looking for a job like right when COVID happened, but you know, that shut everything down. So that's when I started shooting more, and like I was like, well, I gotta make some money somehow. I got rent to pay. So yeah, that's why I started going full time. I kind of just got thrown into it.
Okay. But with you being thrown into it and really just kind of taking that leap of faith, you know, what's that foundation for you, Troy, as well as you, DayJón? What's that foundation that you're like sticking to when it comes to making these decisions with your career and your future?
I truly believe that I do take great pictures, and I do believe that I can do something great. I believe that my stuff can be, you know, on billboards, in magazines. So until I get there, that's why I keep going. That's like what I want it to be. Did I answer the question right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay, and for you, DayJón, you know, what's your why? What's pushing you to pursue this when you take those leaps?
Every decision I make is, I think, one, let me precedent what I'm about to say by saying it's not all about money, but every decision I make is, it's tied to where I want to end up eventually in life. Not necessarily if it is with photography or videography, but just in general. I grew up in a 13 sibling household, so money's always been tight. And I think now that I've gotten out on my own, I'm able to now show my siblings what it means to have a drive and grow a business and develop wealth for yourself so that you don't have to depend on someone else. Now, that's family. That's one side of family, but now I have a wife as well. So another large part of my why is wanting to make sure that I have enough to not only provide for myself, but provide for my now family, you know, my wife and my dog. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that I'm able to take care of, you know, all the people that took care of me, and that's my why.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So now that you guys both have different experiences, you know, with getting into the creative world, I have a little game for you guys. So just a little short quiz here, so you can take this clipboard here. It's all good. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous.
I'm not a good test taker.
It's not a good test taker. It's all good. It's 3 simple questions, you know what I'm saying? If you know the photography, the videography, it's simple questions, you know what I'm saying? I think you'll do good. I think so.
I'm about to fail.
We'll see. We'll
I don't have
see.
spell check either on here.
You know what? Spell check is
No judgment. Just about Valdosta education.
Y'all don't judge
It's
them.
okay.
It's all good. All fun and games here. So really, it's the name of this game I created is Test Your Photography Knowledge.
Oh,
okay.
Lord.
So just 3 questions here.
It's going to determine if we can host a class.
So the first question is, in what year was the first photo taken? So I'm going to give you some choices. First choice, A. It's okay. Listen, don't stress. Don't stress. Choice A is 1843. Choice B is 1935. Choice C is 1914. And choice D is 1861. Once again, that question is, in what year was the first photo taken? You can guess.
What was the third number?
1914.
And the one before that?
1935. It's okay, you can just guess. It's all good. And once you wrote it down, don't be cheating, Troy.
I'm not cheating. You know, that's one thing I would never do. Never cheat.
You guys ready?
Maybe.
Alright, go ahead and flip your
I hope
boards.
so. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it says 1914.
So both of y'all wrong.
Yeah, I had
It
a
was
feeling.
A for effort. But the correct answer is 1861.
That was my second. You said 1863.
No.
That's cat,
No.
man. That's cat.
What was
it?
red?
No,
What was-
I said 1861.
She set us up. What was she set us up?
A was 1843. It's okay, but we're going to keep moving.
I kept thinking about B&H commercials.
So the second question is, which of the following terms refers to how much of the image is in focus?
Okay.
So choice A is depth of field, choice B is burst mode, choice C is long exposure, and choice D is noise. Okay. Troy riding a lot over there, y'all. Okay, you guys ready? Go ahead and flip it.
Depth of field.
Okay, see, they know what they talking about. That is the correct answer.
We don't know when they when they built the first camera, but we know what the camera did.
All right, y'all. And so the last question is, which of the following is the odd one out? So choice A, PDF. Choice B, JPEG. Choice C, TIFF. And choice D, PNG. Which one is the odd one out?
Wait. What were they again? Okay.
You're looking at this paper pretty close. Okay, choice A is PDF. Choice B is JPEG. Choice C is TIFF. And then choice D is PNG. Alright, you can flip it.
PDF.
That is the wrong answer.
That's crazy.
The correct
really?
answer is TIFF.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Alright.
Office boy.
I can tell you why I think it's incorrect.
Well, we could debate that, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna move on here really quickly. So with you guys being the visuals to the Mecca, you know, once you get a client, specifically for the Roy G. Biv series that you guys recently did, what was your specific roles in that, and what was that process like?
Oh, Jesus. So I came up with wanting to do the project. So that was, I've been wanting to do that since probably like February. But I knew it was going to take a lot to like go into it because it's 7 different colors, seven different concepts. So then having to get all of them on board. So Bacon, M.E.C.C.A, and Kyla. So getting all of them to like buy into my vision and then get them to do what they do so well. That was a lot. It wasn't really a lot, but yeah. But then the hard part was getting the models. Have you ever tried to get, folks together? It's 4, 5, and then, we got a studio that we need to shoot out of sometimes or do makeup at. That's hard to get. So getting 5, 6 different entities together at one time, that's probably the hardest part because, whew, Jesus.
Scheduling, yeah.
Yeah, scheduling was definitely the hardest part. There was more to that question, wasn't there?
And also just kind of what was your role, but you
Oh.
pretty much, came up with the idea, the vision, and really got, DayJón, M.E.C.C.A, Kyla on board to really bring that vision to life. So that's pretty dope. And you guys will check that out. It was a pretty dope concept. But what was your part in it, DayJón?
So for the first part of the year, like you were saying, you wanted to start it in February. I was shooting BTS for Troy on basically all of his shoots. And I think him, Kyla, and Marquia already worked together on a lot of projects. So after shooting with them consistently, he was like, I'd love for you to come and capture the video portion of this color series. So I just came in, I just kind of I set my camera up, I tell people to move out the way. They're all nodding right now. I tell people to move out the way.
This man will push you out the way.
I collabed with Kyla a lot on like getting the music for the song and filling the vibe for each model, and then creating a visual that represented not only our vision for the color, but our vibe for the shoot as well. So that was kind of my role.
Dope. So, I know this was just in a short span of what the Roy G. Biv series is. And it's all visual, so you have to definitely see it. So, let the people know where they can find you on Instagram, where they can book shoots, everything.
So you can find my Instagram at Troy with the Camera, the website troywiththecamera.com. YouTube is loading. I have an account, so go ahead, like, comment, subscribe at Troy with the Camera. TikTok, Troy with the Camera. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
My Instagram is D_BaconBoy, and my website is dbaconboy.com. That's boy, B-O-Y, not B-O-I. I have to clarify because people ask me that. I don't know why, but yeah, you can see all of the videos currently on my Instagram, and if you want to see them in their highest quality, again, check out Troy's website, troywiththecamera.com, and that's why you'll see the visuals the best.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming on, just sharing where you are in your journey, what your hustle is. You guys stay tuned, and I will catch you the next episode.
Thank you for having us.
Peace.